What up, it's Red, and today we're going to talk about what we want in Dead Rising 3. Let me start by saying that I think the jump from Dead Rising 1 to Dead Rising 2 was awesome. They really improved a lot of stuff. The map was a lot bigger, and from what I've heard, Dead Rising 3, I think they said at Gamescom that it was going to be like the size of Dead Rising 1 and 2 combined, like over and over and over again. So it should be like pretty big, which I'm really excited about. Huge city is going to make the game a lot of fun. But anyway, like I was saying, Dead Rising 1 to Dead Rising 2 was a huge step up. They added some really cool stuff like co-op. They added casinos, money, combo weapons, and stuff like that. And I think it was just really good overall. Except the only thing that was not good from Dead Rising 1 to Dead Rising 2 that they kind of stepped back on, or I don't know how to speak English. So they kind of stepped back when they made Dead Rising 2 in the sense of this game was really, really easy to beat. There was no difficulties or anything. I don't think there's ever been difficulties in Dead Rising. I don't know. I've never played off the record. I heard that game was just the same as this game. You just play with Frank West and get a camera, and that's basically it. Same storyline and everything. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments and if you played it and if you think it's worth buying for $20, but I don't know. I think it's pretty much the same game as far as I've seen. But anyway, Dead Rising 2 is way too easy. Dead Rising 1 wasn't that much harder, but it was certainly harder than this game, that's for sure. In this gameplay, by the way, I'm just kind of screwing around. This is why I have a save at the end of the game, so I can just go and screw around whenever I want, just load up that save. And you'll see some of these zombies right here with like their chest puffs out and stuff. These are like the toxic zombies that are like extra strong, and they appear at the end of the game. Spoiler, by the way, it's not really a spoiler, but there's just these cool zombies at the end of the game that are actually like somewhat strong, and they can move fast after you, and they'll see you from like farther distances, and they're a little bit harder to kill and stuff. So I think it's really cool how there's like harder zombies to kill at the end of the game, and I hope that the zombies are more like that throughout the entire game in Dead Rising 3, because the zombies in this game are pathetic. So one of the biggest things I'm going to say is the game needs to be harder. Yeah! I love the funny, crazy elements that they put into Dead Rising. That's just what makes Dead Rising so much fun to play, is just how crazy and random the game is. Like all the combo weapons and like all the stuff you can do, and just all the costumes and everything you can do. It just makes the game so random and so much fun. I hope that they bring a lot of that stuff back, because it is really cool, and it looks like we're going to see some crazy stuff that Dead Rising 3 has. Another thing that I thought was really cool about what we saw in Dead Rising 3 at Gamescom was this time, instead of just ranking up and then you just randomly unlock like health or speed or something like that, you can pick which ones you want to get. So maybe you want to get 12 health like right off the bat. Then by like level 8, you would have all your health up. Or maybe you want to get like 2 health, and then you want to go 2 items, and then you want to get speed. And you can do it in whichever order you want. So they're making it more like an RPG type feel, which is pretty cool. I think that's awesome how they're going to do that. So you just don't get like throw and a bunch of things you don't want. Not to say throw isn't fun. Throw is a really good skill when you're just trying to throw random stuff at zombies. That can be pretty fun. So co-op is confirmed in Dead Rising 3. I think it's just going to be 2 people. I hope there's some type of multiplayer game type. Like I know they had the 4-player like bike derby things or whatever they were. I don't know really what that was. It was kind of stupid, really. I want to be able to like run around the map. Like this huge open world map is going to be great. Like if you could just run around with a whole bunch of people and just do a bunch of cool stuff on the zombies, and I don't know, just get a bunch of friends together and have fun in Dead Rising 3 would be really cool. So I don't know if it's just going to be 2 people or more than 2 people, but hopefully it's going to be more than 2 people. That's something I'm really hoping for in Dead Rising 3. I think that would be great. So speaking of a big map to run around in, it looks like you can go in just about every other store in Dead Rising 3. That's one of the things I noticed from all the gameplay we've seen at Gamescom. It looks pretty cool how like this big map, there's a whole bunch of different stores you can go in. And compared to a lot of other open world games, that's pretty good, because you know, some games you can only go in like 1 out of every 100 buildings. Grand Theft Auto. Something I think would be really cool is to have like DLC, like separate DLC with like separate like little campaign, I guess, things, if you will. Like we kind of saw that with Case Zero and Case West. They were like separate games you could download, and they had like a small storyline you could do, which I think there needs to be like more DLC for the game. Like after the game comes out, there needs to be like separate storylines you can do, and it needs to be more than like 2 cases. I mean, if it's in the same map, so be it, but I want longer cases than just 2 cases like in Case Zero, and I think I never played Case West, but I hear it has like 3 or 4 DLC campaigns would be really awesome. I want to see those in Dead Rising 3. The final thing I have for Dead Rising 3, and it's going to be a very important one, is Dead Rising has always take place in like a mall type atmosphere. There needs to be a mall in this city of Dead Rising 3. There has to be. I don't care whether it's a huge mall or just kind of a smaller one. It shouldn't be too small, but you know, a mall needs to be in this game for it to be Dead Rising. Tell me what you think about Dead Rising 3 in the comments. If you have any suggestions for the game, I'd like to hear what you think and what you want on Dead Rising 3 in the comments. So leave a comment. If you don't leave a comment, then you're a bad person and go jump down a well. Also, go follow me on Twitter. I only have 33 followers and 261 subscribers that should be following me on Twitter. So follow me on Twitter. I need a better sub to Twitter ratio. It's got to be at least half. At least half. Come on. Let's see if I can get like 100 followers by tomorrow. Got to set the bar high, right? 100 followers by tomorrow. So once you've liked, favorite, subscribed, commented, and shared this on Twitter and followed me on Twitter, then you can have a good day. But if you haven't done all 5 of those things, then I wish you a very, very bad day. I hope everything goes wrong for you. Anyway, see you guys. What up, it's Red, and now that all the DLC is out for Black Ops 2, and now that I've gotten to play Apocalypse a little bit more, we are now going to do my top 10 favorite maps on Black Ops 2.